приехал к сыну, он даже понятия не имел, уже к нему тоже заходил. Но он говорит, что он с работы, он не сможет приехать. Целую неделю не работал. Понимаешь, так, душевный, мы могли бы им сказать, как лучше это делать, когда не надо фотографии. А сейчас они не будут слушать, потому что они надо что-то попробовать. Там, если ты так говоришь, что там такое, ну ладно, я когда приеду, тебе надеюсь,
Or if we can have everyone come over. Who's going to act as a father? If I could ask the gentleman who will be acting as father to come forward, please.
No tam nie jesteś.
Роза немножко дальше, да?
Nie, ona nie sobie.
Right to the gentleman.
Садись, Алиса. Присядь, присядь.
I'm going to ask everyone to step over onto the carpet so that we're not in the way of the camera. So if you can step over that. If I could have your attention, please. We're about to begin our service. I'll ask that everyone please stay on that side of the green carpet, please, so that you're not in view of the live stream. Conducting our service today is Rabbi Levi Notik. We'll ask that everyone please make sure that your cell phones are turned to their silent mode.
מזמר לדוד, אדינוי רואי לא יחסור, ונזדה שירביצני על מי מנוחס ינהלני. נפשי ישבי ואנחני, במגלי צדק למען שמוי. גם כי ילך בגץ המובס ליררו, כי אתה עמדי, שבתך ומשענתך, עמו ינחמוני. תארך לפני שולחן נגד צרוי, וישנת ושמן ראשי כויסי לבויו. אך טוב וחסד ירדפוני כל ימי חיי, ושבתי בבית אדוני ליארך ימים. Friends, we're gathered here to give tribute, respect, and honor to someone who really deserves it. Leonid, Ben Boris, and Leah, of blessed memory. It's difficult to stand here so soon after the loss of his late wife. But I want to reflect for a moment about the time of the day that we are. Today is Friday afternoon. The sun is high in the sky, which represents that it's almost going to be Shabbos. In just a few hours is the holy day of Shabbat. And in Jewish tradition, the Talmud relates that a person who goes on their final journey just before Shabbat in this Friday afternoon, these few hours, they enter into a very peaceful state. And the reason is because the world is entering into a peaceful state. It's this gift called Shabbos that from the very first week when God created the world, he said, I'm making one day that's going to be extra holy. One day that there's going to be peace, there's going to be tranquility all over the universe, the entire existence. And this is what is transpiring now. And it tells us about the quality of his neshama, of his soul. Something unique, something is special and holy about the neshama, the soul of Leonid. Born in 1952 in Odessa, lived his whole life caring about family, having that priority, what's important. And it didn't matter if it wasn't perhaps the design that he may have chosen or things exactly the way that he would custom make, but he went to life and dealt with it with a real commitment and devotion. And this is a very special quality. God tells Abraham, I love you because what you do for your children, you teach your children, you show them how to live. And this is a great quality that Leonid had. In addition, he had the sense of humor. Now, life wasn't always easy. Working very, very hard, painting all the time, and then doing other things, very active, constantly looking to try to make, to do, and so on. But despite all those things, some people, they get stressed out and they can't be happy, and they can't have a sense of humor, and they can't enliven others. But not Leonid. He had a sense of humor that was so deep, regardless of what was going on around him. And this is another Jewish value that tradition tells us. People that make others laugh have a special place in the world to come. Because bringing joy to someone else, notwithstanding how difficult it may have been for him personally, sometimes, but he still had the ability to exude that joy, that humor to those around him, which is extremely important quality. Working, caring, doing what he can. It doesn't have to be easy. It may be labor. It may not always be smooth, but always trying. Which is another example of what this time represents, Friday afternoon. Torah tells us 6 days of the week you'll work and the seventh you'll rest. And that's really how he lived his life, to constantly work, to put in effort and so on. But I want to share, when a person is alive, they have certain limitations. You can only see so far, you can only do so much, you can only be involved to a certain extent, because the body has limitations. But when the soul ascends on high, they have unlimited potential. And someone who is devoted to family will continue being devoted to family. They'll continue to pray for their loved ones, to care for them, to look out for them. And it's something which we have to remember, that Leonid, wherever he may be, just as he was so dedicated during his lifetime, and it meant so much to him, family and those closest to him, an open home, always willing to share, to help, to be available. this continues in his current reality, unfortunately, but he will constantly pray and look out and care for his family. So in this very difficult time, when unfortunately we have to say goodbye to the physical part of Leonid, we have to remember that his neshama, his spirit, his soul continues. And when we try to emulate, try to copy, try to do some of the good things that he was doing, we're causing his life to blossom. We're causing his life to have impact even greater than life, larger than life. The time of the year now is just before Rosh Hashanah, before the Jewish New Year, which is one of the holidays that Leonid really appreciated. Jewish tradition had a certain place in his heart, and I'll tell you one example that really touched me. He had a bris, a circumcision, done much later in life, growing up in the former Soviet Union at a time when Jewish practice was prohibited, something which was dangerous, and many families weren't able to educate their children. And being born in the 50s, he wasn't afforded that opportunity. But at the same time, when he was able to, it was important to him, and he did it. Had a bris, a circumcision. Rosh Hashanah was a yontif, was a holiday that meant so much to him. It was important. Even if perhaps he didn't have the opportunity for many of the other traditions, but what he did know about and what he was able to do, he cared for, and he really did it. Which again says so much about his neshama, about his soul. It's our prayer and request that as he enters the heavenly realm, we pray that this year should finish with all of its negativity, and the new year should begin. And he should pray for the blessings and well-being and health and all the necessities, that the new year should bring goodness, happiness, health, and blessings. Before we continue with some of the prayers, we're going to hear from Boris a little bit more about Leonid.
В силу скоропостижности Леня не успел мне сказать, какой бы он хотел услышать свою надгробную речь. Но если бы он мог, я думаю, что она бы звучала примерно так. Леня был настоящим евреем. Не в том смысле, что он 7 лет назад сделал обрезание, высушил частицу себя и гордо демонстрировал ее всем приходящим в дом. И даже не в том смысле, что в их доме никогда не закрывались двери, и все входящие всегда были накормлены, напоены кофе, чаем и другими более крепкими напитками. А в том, что в его жизни смешивалась радость и веселье с бесконечным трагизмом, как это часто бывает в еврейской истории. Смешивалось настолько, что часто было невозможно сказать, какой концерт играем сейчас. Что может быть веселого злоупотребления алкоголем? Но когда приходит Роза и говорит, что не может понять, почему Леня так часто начал бегать в туалет и каждый раз выходит из него все веселее и веселее, то завязывается интрига. Разгадка покоится там же в туалете на дне стального бачка, откуда Роза извлекла пустую бутылку из-под водки. Этих историй огромнейшее неуемное множество, так что можно хоронить на бис много раз. А вот это чудное, когда в последнюю ночь перед отъездом в Америку вся семья суетится с вещами, чемоданами, баулами, и тут на одной из клетчатых сумок расходится змейка. Леня в суете подбегает к теще: «Мама, дайте, пожалуйста, веревку». «Леня, откуда у меня веревка?» «Мама, если бы я сказал, что хочу повеситься, вы бы ее сразу нашли». И вот этот трагикомизм шел с ним под руку всю его жизнь, перелетая через страны и континенты. Украина, Молдавия, Австралия, Израиль, Америка, заканчивая постоянным местом жительства здесь, на Сансет-Луаре. Ленечка, дорогой, я не знаю, есть ли на том свете водка Волшмит, но я знаю точно, что ты ее там найдешь. И выпьешь за того несчастного хозяина 7-Eleven в Скоках, который не понимает, почему у него так сильно упали продажи за последние 2 дня. Покойся с миром, Ленечка.
The following prayer is Psalm 16 from King David. I'm going to say it in the original Hebrew. Michtam LaDavid Shomreni Elki Chasisi V'Chomart Ladino Yadina Yoto Tivasi Balalecha L'Gideshim Asher B'Oretz Hema V'Adirei Kol Chavtivo Mirbo Atvesam Acher Mohoru V'Lasech Miskei Memidom V'Lasach Shnei Samal Spasoi Miras Chalki V'Chisi Ato Demich Giroldi Chavolim Noful Libani Mimaf Nachlat Shofro Lo Yavarech Asavnei Asher Yotzo Ni Afrilis Chirich Liyoisoi Shiris Yadino Ednegdi Samut Kimimini Balameit Lachein Samach Livi Vayogol Kvei Diyav V'Sori Yishkei Lovetach Kirisazim Nafshi Dish'el V'Esidin Chasid Choliret Shochas Tiri'eni Edach Chayim Sevas Loches Espon Levachon Imeis Biminchon Etzach. Friends, at this difficult time, we ask for forgiveness, просим прощения, если мы не дали правильное уважение в свою жизнь, после жизни. Please forgive us. Go in peace. And be able to better pray for your family, for your friends, for all who need. poured in is part of the earth from the Mount of Olives in Israel, which is a reminder of our tradition. When Mashiach will come, all those that have passed will come back to life. Participate in the mitzvah. Just don't give the shovel over one to another, put it back in the pile, and the next person will take it. Come on both sides.
Once you've participated, we'll ask that you step back onto the green carpet, please.
Что, не надо, Лёша. Лёша, мы еще с тобой поговорим. Закрой его. А еще скажи, что я не прав.
Gentlemen, I'm going to have to ask everyone to step out of the way, please. Boris, you need to bring him back. There's water in the cooler for anyone who needs it. Please help yourselves.
Сейчас будет читаться поминальная молитва Кадиш. Мы все отвечаем Амин.
East is which way? East is that way, right?
East.
East, that way. East is that way. East is a little closer. East is good. You see? Everyone answer me.
Висегдай, ותזדש מעורבו.
Amen.
ועולמו דברו כנושא ומליך וסוחי צמח ופנבה וקרב נשם.
Amen.
וקרניים וביומנך חיים וחיי תכל בייס ישראל והגולו וזמן וריב ומירומה.
Amen. Yehi, Shmei, Rava, Vora, Olam, Olmei, Olmaya, Yisborek.
יהי שמי רבו מרח לעולם ולמי עולמיו. יתברך ושתפתח ויספרך ויסתרום ויסנשא ויסדור ויסולה ויסגלול שמי דקודשו בריחו.
Amen.
Leonid, Mil, Kol, Vortoso, Veshuroso, Tugoyroso, Nemafoso, Demiron, Veloma, Zemiro.
Amen.
Amen. Yagei Shlomo Rabo, Min Shmayo, Vechaim, Toivim, Oleinu, Zal, Kol, Yisrael, Zemru.
Amen.
Aisa, Shalom, Bimroiv, Uyase, Shalom, Oleinu, Veal, Kol, Yisrael, Vemru. Amen.
Amen.
At this time, we're going to step onto the road and we're going to do what's called a shura. In Slavic, will go between us and we'll give him words of comfort.
If I could ask everyone to come over this way, please. Stand right here. And if someone will join them, you're going to face inward, please. Face her. And if you come on this side of them, please.
Which side?
This side.
Which side?
Паша, забывать.
Скажем вместе слова утешения. Амокаим. Амокаим.
Mochem.